Hey all, hey y'all. Hey all, hey y'all. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and I normally say I am a channel for the divine. I'm so tired of saying that. I'm so tired of saying that. We are all channels for the divine, as everything in creation is divine. Everything is God's plan. Everything is God. Everything is God. Everything is a dimension and aspect of God. Therefore, we are all channels for the divine. We are all channels for the energy that is God. We are all channels for the energy that is source, as all is God, all is source. The way I perceived it before, it was like karma versus divine. Karma versus divine. And this is a general perception in our reality, like karmic energies versus divine energies. Karmic energies are divine energies. Divine energies are karmic energies. Energies are how God tells the story of God. How God tells the story of God. The story of God is all of creation. Karmic energies are the energies, karmic energies as well as divine energies. There really are no degrees of separation between karmic energies and divine energies. There really and truly are 0 degrees of separation between karmic energies and divine energies. There truly is no separation between karmic energies and divine energies. Energy is energy, and energy is how God tells the story of God, how God tells the story of creation. Energy is how God tells the story of God, or energy is how God tells the story of creation. Creation and God are one and the same. There are 0 degrees of separation between creation and God. There are in all actuality 0 degrees of separation between God and creation, reality and creation. Reality, creation, God are all one and the same. What creates the separation is our perception, the way we perceive what is. And the way you perceive what is based off of your experience. So the way that you perceive what is a part of God's plan, because the way that you perceive what is based off of what? Your experience or your reality. Your experience or your reality are all only dimensions and aspects of God. So the reason why you perceive the way you perceive is because it's a part of God's plan. It's the way God wants you to perceive in order to be a part of the alchemy or the creation of your reality. The alchemy or creation of your reality contributes to the alchemy, the creation of God. The alchemy, the creation of your reality, and the alchemy, creation of God truly has 0 degrees of separation. I'm being guided to say that again. Okay. The alchemy, the creation of your perception is based off of your experience. And your experience is based off of your reality. And your reality is based off of dimensionality aspects of creation, or the dimensionality, the aspects of God. So your perception is a part of the plan of the story of the creation that is God. So the way in which you perceive your reality is all a part of the amalgamation, all a part of the alchemy or the creation or the creation of God. As God tells God's story, or God tells creation, God creates with the energies of creation, the energies of God. Karmic energies and divine energies truly have 0 degrees of separation. So I was so tired of saying, I'm a channel for God. Because in all actuality, every dimension and aspect is a channel for God. Every dimension and aspect is a dimension and aspect of God. It was whether or not, it was a thing where it's like, are you going to follow the karmic energies, or are you going to follow your divine energies? They're one and the same. They're one and the same. What's happening is God is switching up the story. Karmic energies and divine energies are one and the same. What's happening is God is switching up the story. God is doing a 180 on the story. God is doing a turning point within the story of creation, the story of God. So as we're being guided to do things out of the realm of what we would normally do, or out of the realm of our old karmic energies, we're being guided to transcend the old karmic energies in order to follow the new path of creation, in order to be in the new flow of energies of the new creation of God, the new story of God. We're being guided to go within, to tap in, to heal or transcend the older energies, the older karmic energies, which no longer have a place in God's story. You're always where you're supposed to be. You're always who you're supposed to be. Do not be hard on yourself. Do not be hard on yourself. So my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and I am a divine being. I am a dimension and aspect of God, having this beautiful human experience. I channel energies and messages from all over God's creation, and this journey of me tapping into my gift from my ancestors, and this journey of me tapping into further aligning with this gift from my ancestors has been a healing journey, a transcending journey for myself in and of myself. I recorded my transcending journey, my healing journey, my journey of transcending old karmic patterns within myself, my journey of transcending old wounds within myself. I recorded these messages and energies that assisted me with my that did and are assisting me with my transcending journey, transcending the old karmic energies, choosing love over fear, transcending the old karmic energies. I recorded the energies and messages of which I channel from my ancestors, from God, from creation, and published these energies and messages within the Kingdom Things podcast. Now, this was intuitively guided for me to do this. Did I know who I was being shown I was? No. God said, beginning of this cycle in my life, coming into more of my truths, God said, you don't know who you are, sit down and let me show you. Did I know that I have an inkling that I was going to be shown what I was shown? No, I did not. But God knew how to get me in the place God needed me to be in order to show me who I am, in order to bring me into further dimensions and aspects, further realizations of the dimensions and aspects of my truth. What is my truth? I'm a dimension and aspect of God. I'm a dimension and aspect of creation, creating through my experience, creating through the energies in which God set forth for me to experience in order to be an addition, an amalgamation to the creation that is God. So today on the Kingdom Things podcast meetup, within the Kingdom Things podcast meetup, I channel different energies and beings that I'm guided to channel in order to assist the human collective, the human being of planet Earth, to reach a mark that God asked me to share with the human beings of planet Earth. God has informed me that the human beings of planet Earth will be a culture with no famine. Humanity of planet Earth will be a culture with no disease. Humanity of planet Earth will be a culture with no poverty. Humanity of planet Earth will be a culture of vitality, a culture of world peace. Within the next 10 years, we will be in a stream of energies and consciousness to understand this. And this understanding and this realization, this reality will be unfolding right in front of our eyes in a way in which we're able to perceive. This understanding, this reality has been unfolding since the beginning of creation because this has always been God's plan. But our ability to perceive it in our nature and our humanity will be more apparent. It's going to be more apparent. Our ability to be able to perceive that our culture is heading towards a culture of no famine, no disease, no poverty, vitality, world peace will be more perceptible to our 5 senses: hearing, touch, smell, sight, taste. So today on the Kingdom Things podcast meetup, we are going to be channeling Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you again for joining me on this journey of creation, as well as we will get a channel message from Anne Frank, as well as Sojourner Truth. I'm going to go ahead and sit back and allow Anne Frank to come through. Sojourner Truth. I'm going to sit back and allow Sojourner Truth to come through. Here we go. And feel free to close your eyes in order to allow yourself to align with the energies and messages that can help you with your own personal upliftment on your own personal journey of expansion, self-realization, self-growth, and experience of experience. Here we go. Thank you, Ashley, for having me back once again. I'm so elated and so grateful to be a part of the expansion of the human consciousness, because that is what we're doing here. We are expanding in our consciousness and our ability to perceive all of what is. The journey of perceiving more of reality is a journey of perceiving more of self, as yourself is only a mirror to reality, to your reality. Hold my hand. Hold my hand and know that you are never walking alone. As you journey through life and experience the things that you experience, every experience is intended for your upliftment. Every experience is intended to be an addition, to be an ingredient towards the plan that God has for the human being of planet Earth, a humanity that is poverty-free, a humanity that is famine-free, a humanity that is at peace with self, therefore at peace with the oneness of the world, a humanity that is able to enjoy life without the notion of running out of time, a humanity with vitality, longer life expectancy. As I was incarnated as Sojourner Truth, did I see this day unfolding? No, I could not have perceived it. Understanding that your perception is a perception that is allotted by our Creator. Everything in which you perceive, everything in which you experience is a perception, an experience that's allotted by our Creator. Nothing that you experience or perceive is an experience or perception that hasn't been agreed upon by our Creator to be gifted to you. Nothing that you perceive or experience is a perception or experience that hasn't been agreed upon by our Creator and gifted to you to perceive or experience. Love your life. Enjoy your life, as every dimension and aspect of your life is a gift from our Creator to you. From opening your eyes in the morning, from grounding your feet on the ground, from eating your breakfast, from breathing fresh air. Every experience is an experience that was allotted to you by our Creator. Enjoy and love your life. Thank you, Ashley. I'm being guided to speak more about my journey of becoming who I am. Becoming more of who I am, perceiving more of who I am. I speak on it many times throughout the history of the Kingdom Things podcast, but I was seated with the understanding that I would, a big part of my existence was love. I was seated with the understanding that a big part of my existence was love. God showed me who I'd be sharing this love with when I was a small child. And God did this in order to lure me into the place where I would come into alignment with the journey of expansion, the journey of self-realization, the journey of what we call a spiritual awakening. The amount of density that I took on, the amount of karmic patterns that I took on, God knew the only way to get me into position, to get into the path of my spiritual awakening, would be to lure me with my divine counterpart. God knew that was the only way, because of the amount of karmic density that I took on a soul level to experience in this lifetime. So God showed me when I was a small child who my husband would be. And that's how God lured me 20 years later to get me into the position where I would set out on the journey of my spiritual awakening. 20 years later. So I was anticipating this love with being out of line, being in the dark as I took on a lot of karmic density, being in the dark to the understanding that I was a love that I was searching for my entire life, and that love would be projected into my reality once I came into the alignment with the understanding that I am the love and my reality only mirrors who I am. So my whole life, 20 years, I was searching, I was waiting, I was anticipating. I was anticipating this love. I knew it would come. I knew I was just anticipating. I was anticipating. And as I began my spiritual awakening, I was enlightened to the fact that this love is a love that spans lifetimes, lifetimes, lifetimes. Gnosticism is, I'm being guided to speak a little bit on Gnosticism. So the divine counterpart journey, where the divine feminine the divine feminine and the divine masculine are rising to their divinity, rising to God level, to be in alignment with their God essence, their goddess essence, transcending the karmic energies, what we call the karmic energies, transcending those denser patterns to rise into the enlightenment that I am a goddess, you are a god. That whole journey is what I've been on. So our love our story stems back lifetimes and it's synonymous with the story of God, the story of creation. As the story of God, the story of creation is what is. And it's like, for lifetimes, I have been journeying to realize this love with my divine counterpart. And in order to realize this love with my divine counterpart, Gnosticism, it's realizing your divinity, your God essence, living and being your divinity, your God essence, living in illumination, living in your God essence, goddess essence. So the divine counterpart journey is synonymous with the realization that you are a god or goddess within creation. So I was just anticipating this love for 20 years, in the dark to my spiritual essence. I was tapped in, but my mind wasn't in alignment with my heart's knowing. My mind wasn't in alignment with my heart's knowing. My mind was bogged down with the karmic energies and karmic patterns that I came to this planet to heal in order to assist this planet with coming into further alignment with God's new plan for creation. So as my mind wasn't in alignment, but my heart was, I was anticipating this love with my divine counterpart. I am anticipating this love with my divine counterpart. As this love is in my heart, it doesn't die. I wanted to skip the steps, wanted to run through the steps, wanted to run through the process. God was telling me, trust the process. I wrote a whole song on it. I channeled a whole song on it called High Priestess. God said, trust the process. I wanted to run through the process and not appreciate the process and my growth within the process. Why? Because my heart is calling. My heart was calling for that soul that I traversed many journeys with, many sojourns with, to get to this lifetime. this lifetime where our love is cemented, our love is christened within this reality, within humanality on planet Earth. And this christening of our love, the cementing of our love with my divine counterpart in this reality as a human being on planet Earth is synonymous with transcending the dense karmic energies that said that there were limitations. So transcending the notion that we aren't gods or goddesses with unlimited possibilities, having the human experience. Transcending the notion, the energies that said our humanity is separate from God. Transcending the dense energies that say our humanity is separate from God. Transcending the dense energies that say our humanity is separate from God is synonymous with me reuniting with my divine counterpart in this reality. I'm being guided to go ahead and sit back and allow Anne Frank to channel through. Thank you, Madam Sojourner Truth. Thank you, Anne Frank, Madam Anne Frank, in advance. Thank you, Ashley. Dear humanity, do you know who you are? Dear humanity, do you know who you are? You are the steering wheel on the ship of change. Dear humanity, you are the steering wheel on the ship of change. What you do in this moment, in this point in creation, will cement what happens in creation. Will you choose love or will you choose fear? You've already chosen love. Congratulations, humanity. It is already done in the spirit essence of yourselves. It is only a matter of time before you awaken to your spirit essence, your spirit truths, align mentally, physically, at heart with your spirit essence, your spirit truths, that you are love. The world is going to stop. The world is going to stop momentarily, and dear human beings, do not be alarmed. For this stopping point, as you've experienced before, when you experienced that pandemic, was a stopping point to buffer what is to come. What is to come, you are going to be jolted into alignment with your spirit essence. You are going to be jolted into alignment with your soul's knowing. You are going to be jolted into alignment with your heart's knowing. Will this be a journey of rainbow and sunshines? There will be storms. There will be storms, but know that the storms are all a part of creation. Know that the storms are all a part of the story, for you cannot have sunlight without rain. You cannot appreciate the sunlight without the rain. You cannot appreciate the light without the darkness. You cannot appreciate the warmth of a cozy blanket without knowing the shivers of coldness. You cannot appreciate the warmth of a cozy blanket without knowing the shivering of the cold. I experience many trials and tribulations as my existence has been noted and told in history. The brilliance in which I was could only be realized through my trials and tribulations. The brilliance in which I was could only be realized through my trials and tribulations. Humanity, you will see many trials and tribulations, but know that on the other side of the trials and tribulations are the realizations of brilliance beyond your understanding. Humanity, you will see many trials and tribulations, but know on the other side of the trials and tribulations our brilliance is brilliance in which you cannot begin to perceive currently, present day, present space and time. Thank you, Ashley. World, stop. Carry on, is what I'm hearing in my mind, clairaudiently. World, stop. Carry on. So it's going to be a stop, as when you hit a turning point. There's in that math, somewhere in that math, and them angles and acceleration and velocity, somewhere in that math, it's a 0 point on the velocity hits 0 whenever an object turns. Somewhere in the math, the velocity hits 0. That's what it's gonna. The stopping point that we're gonna see in our reality is analogous to when an object turns. Somewhere in the math, the velocity, the speed, speed or velocity hits 0. Somewhere in the math when the object turns within physics. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the analogy that's coming up for me clairaudiently, claircognizantly, clairaudiently, to verbalize what Anne Frank meant when she said the world's going to come to a stop. Whenever an object, when you're calculating the physics of an object, when an object turns, changes direction, there is a point somewhere in the math where the velocity reaches 0 point. And that's analogous to what we're going to experience. We're going to experience where it feels like everything comes to a halt momentarily. And we have to understand that stopping point and the events leading up to the stopping point are us making the pivot to head towards the direction of being able to perceive in our reality that we are a human culture with no famine. We are a human culture with no poverty. We are a human culture with no disease. We are a human culture with vitality, lengthy lives, super long life expectancy, hundreds of years, with a soul level option to have an infinite incarnation in these physical vessels, as well as a humanity with world peace. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast meetup. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I channel the energies and messages from my journey and publish them in the Kingdom Things podcast in order to assist with the upliftment of the human consciousness, to assist with God's new vision, new plan for creation that includes a humanity with no poverty, God's new plan, new vision for creation that includes a humanity with no disease, God's new plan, new vision for creation that includes a humanity with no famine, with world peace, with vitality. I am currently holding powwow sessions. And within my powwow sessions, I channel specifically amalgamated energies and messages for each group or each one-on-one. I do groups as well as one-on-ones. I channel specific energies and messages that I amalgamate for specifically crafted for each group and each one-on-one to assist you with the energies and messages that you need to hear in that moment. It might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. Again, we have our karmic energies that are part of the old wave, and then we have the new direction, the new story. So the energies and messages that I channel are going to assist you with getting into alignment with the new energies, the new story that God has for our reality, which is a reality of limitless possibilities. A reality of healed humans. So if you feel heart-led to inquire about my powwow sessions, my group powwow sessions, as well as my one-on-ones, please email me personally at kingdomthingspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's kingdomthingspodcast@gmail.com. The email will be in the description of this Kingdom Things podcast meetup. I'm also a singer-songwriter, which is near and dear to my heart. Healing frequencies from the future. My music channel is Ashley Nicole Music on YouTube, as well as I'm an author. I wrote really about much of my soul's experience, which has been super therapeutic for me, super healing for me, and I get more healing every time I reread or re-edit like my writings. So I'm hoping, I know that my writings can assist you and uplift you in some way, be therapeutic for you in some way. That is my hope. Coming Home, the story of Asya is about a teenage girl who grew up in the New York City foster care system. She grew up in some dense, dark energies. She took on a lot of karma. So she was super in the dark when it comes to her truths. She was jolted onto her spiritual awakening path and came into alignment with some really interesting things. She's a starseed. She has a twin flame. Coming Home, the Story of Asya is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore, to read on the free Kindle app on Android as well as iOS devices. That Coming Home, the Story of Asya is in my Linktree link in the description of this Kingdom Things podcast meetup, as well as The Story of Asya, I'm Home, which is a sequel to Coming Home, the Story of Asya, is not currently available for purchase in any bookstore, but is available to read, to listen to. I narrate it here on the Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel. You can listen to the sequel to Coming Home, the Story of You can listen to the sequel of Coming Home, the Story of Asya, The Story of Asya, I'm Home. The sequel to Coming Home, the Story of Asya is called The Story of Asya, I'm Home. You can listen to the narration by myself on the Kingdom Things podcast YouTube channel. What else? One more thing. As a thank you to you for being alive, being in existence, I'm also able to offer the Audible Premium Plus service, which I'm super excited about. Audible Premium Plus is a bevy of content, a library of content, audiobooks, podcasts that you're able to explore. As below, so above. Everything in our reality is only a mirror to everything that we have in here. A lot of the times we only explore a very small percentage of ourselves. Audible Premium Plus, again, is a bevy of content that you're able to explore. Close your eyes. Whatever your finger lands on, download that content and see where it takes you. Now, the Audible Premium Plus membership, you get 1 free credit every month to download any title of your choice. I'm able to offer a 30-day free trial. So you're able to try it out, see if you like it, see if you like the layout, like everything that's going on, and get started with that. Get started with exploring yourself further by, seeing where spontaneity will take you. Explore yourself further by seeing where spontaneity will take you. My powwow sessions, again, if you feel heart-led, please email me, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you, assist you with getting into alignment with the greater perception, greater perspective of yourself, in order for you to be able to walk in your radiance and project a life that is equivalent to your radiance. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you're worthy of that. Self-love is the best love because you have to love in yourself in the way that you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are love. Give that love to yourself first. Bye.